respect it. But let's let the people know how you got your following from the get-go.
Okay.
I looked online and I said, Ma.
From day one.
I said, bro, you got 700,000?
Off the jump, the
Boy, who he paid?
Ooh.
I said, Ma. Millions of subscribers?
On day one?
Day one, bro. That's like the podcast way of going to Dr. Miami.
That's BBL podcasting.
Whoa.
BBL podcasting.
BBL.
We out here BBL podcasting out here now, boy.
BBL easy.
Cool.
I'm just keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
But then you start to go and you say, Shannon, volume helped.
Volume? Yeah, ain't no backing over this way.
Playmaker helped. But now let's put it into
It's
perspective.
business.
Let's thank you.
It's
Because
business.
now we say these things.
You gotta do your finding.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Good business or not, I ain't never bought a follower. I ain't never bought a like. I never bought a subscriber.
Yeah.
Never did none of that. So much so, I done negotiated my deals.
Yeah.
So don't sit up here and tell me organic when I know you're not organic,
Yeah.
brother.
Because that page.
I
was since
respect it.
2016.
I respect it. Wait, what'd you say?
His page, that YouTube page, Speak Easy. August 17th, 2016 was when that YouTube page was created.
Was Emmanuel Acho even a patron or an employee of
But
Fox
you know that
News?
was a part of his deal when after
He was
the
still in the
Fox-
league.
Yeah, well, after Fox, he inherited or quote unquote bought that. As Shannon say, he squatted on the channel because that's what Uncle Shay said. Hey, we ain't no squatters.
So let me go ahead and proceed in English, Cameron. If anybody in the world knows anything about BBL Easy, BBL Easy, you the one that said you went to strip clubs to compete with other men.
I'm a competitor.
Cameron, look in the mirror, G. Yes, we got an account with 2.61 million subscribers. Trey, how many subscribers do we still currently have, sir?
2.61 million.
2.61 million, which means of those 2.61 million that we inherited, 2.61 million could have left. But the fact remains, we still got 2.61 million subscribers. Who in the world wants to get it out the mud? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Work smarter, not harder. I'm done working dumber. If everybody and their mama wants to work dumb, work dumb. But at the end of the day, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And we were just better businessmen than all of the other shows out there. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like we are non-GMOs.
You know that I am a notorious, Karen, that means well known for.
I know what notorious is.
Pocket watcher.
man.
Okay?
Yeah, you are a pocket watcher. That's very
So let me show you just how well I watch these pockets.
Oh, wow.
Cam Newton, you made approximately $133.5 million across your career.
This is crazy pocket watcher.
7. Not 8.
Not 8.
But 9 children.
Oh my God, he pocket and kid watching. That's
Come on
crazy.
now.
Pocket
He-
kid
he-
watching.
I'm a
he-
fellow
he's
father. I
child
do
watching.
this.
Okay, yeah. How many
That
kids you
number
got
is
watching? I know,
approximately 2.7 million.
Okay.
About the same number of subscribers that we inherited when we got the channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you going?
Now that fraction, that percentage of his just career earnings in the NFL,
Yeah.
them 9 kids bet not touch none of that other 98%. Make your 9 kids get it out the mud too, Cam Newton. Since we can't get channels out the mud, I don't want your kids touching none of that other 98%. Don't let them touch not nothing dollar.
I
Of that 131 million left over.
You see what you spawn?
Man, I had to tap in on Emmanuel Acho and the BBL situation because Cam Newton is calling it the Speak Cheesy podcast once again. And honestly, I understand why he's calling it that. Why would you bring the kids into this? What does talking about somebody raising their children have to do with the actual situation? You brought up getting your kids to get it out the mud, while I'm over here raising my own seeds, working for my children, and building something specifically for them. The original conversation was about a business opportunity, The process behind building these platforms and people flexing their numbers while claiming they have the better product and a stronger connection with the audience. That's part of being a YouTuber. If you're going to flex your numbers, it should be based on something you actually built. This isn't rocket science, and it isn't advanced mathematics. It's basic math. 1 + 1 = 2. But they have to act confused about it because they know the argument they're making doesn't really sound good. And I have the links in the description where you can watch the full clip from 4th and 1 that we referenced at the beginning, where Cam Newton inserted himself into this latest conversation between them. You can also see what Speak Cheesy said about Emmanuel Acho after he finally got what he wanted, the response from Shannon Sharpe earlier this week. Shannon addressed him directly without saying his name, called him a squatter, and talked about how they had generated 1 billion organic views. The point was that they came from 0 on the number side. They didn't walk into an already established platform and immediately inherit an audience. And if you didn't know, they're operating on Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless's old Undisputed channel, which is why people are calling it the BGL. That's the distinction they're trying to make. You might not like hearing it, but there's a huge difference between discussing somebody's personal life and actually talking about the work, the way content is produced, how the platform was built, and where the audience came from. Your platform had a major advantage. You didn't start from the same starting line as everybody else. You were handed an opportunity that 99.9% of creators will never get. You're talking about working smarter instead of harder, and then saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, like you're describing some kind of competitive advantage. But when you're talking about building a YouTube platform, that comparison doesn't really hold up. Because let's be real, the overwhelming majority of people who start YouTube channels will never have the opportunity to receive a 2.1 million subscriber channel that already exists, already has an audience, and already has years of history attached to it. Most creators would have to build that from 0. So when you come in and start flexing those numbers like they were generated entirely from your own independent platform, people are naturally going to question it. That's exactly what happened. People started looking into the channel and saying, hold on, these aren't really your original numbers. Once people understood what was actually happening, the entire argument started looking different.
You can say whatever you want about Cam Newton personally, but he's definitely going to have something to say about this next week. Like he said, if you go low on him, he believes in taking it all the way to hell. And in this particular situation, I have disagreed with Cam Newton before because sometimes it's simply a matter of opinion. But on this one, I understand why he's going after them. They went all the way out there bragging about their numbers, and then you're talking about watching another man's pockets and bringing his children into the conversation. Is that really how we're raising our kids now? I'm just asking. I grew up believing that watching another man's pockets wasn't something to brag about, especially when you're taking that conversation and applying it to his children, when the kids have absolutely nothing to do with the business discussion. I don't like that at all. That's completely out of pocket. So yeah, Cam Newton is probably going to respond when the time comes, but at the same time, maybe they're just looking for any kind of engagement they can get, because saying we're at 2.1 million subscribers and they stayed here isn't really the flex they think it is. Most people on YouTube don't actively unsubscribe from channels. A lot of those subscribers simply become dormant, so that number alone doesn't prove what they're trying to prove. What exactly are these guys trying to establish with this argument? Nobody is stupid. Nobody is incapable of understanding what happened here. You were given an opportunity and you capitalized on it. That's different from someone starting with nothing and building an audience from scratch. Shannon Sharpe already had 1 million subscribers on Club Shay Shay when he left Undisputed, and he already had his own YouTube presence. He wasn't sitting there thinking he needed to take the old platform with him because he already has something of his own going. But these guys are going to keep using words like semantics, antics, gaslighting, and word salad to make the conversation more confusing than it actually is. They want people to believe that what they're doing is somehow the same thing as building a platform from the ground up. Trust me, it isn't. He knows exactly what happened. Because saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying is like telling a track athlete to take steroids and then pretending the performance was completely natural. As an NFL player, it's like telling somebody, don't actually put in the work, just make it look like you're working out and then take all the credit like you carried the entire team. Come on, bro, knock it off. Stay on your pivot, and we'll keep everybody updated as this situation develops. More content coming. Y'all let me know what you think, man.